Hello everyone, NintenDiz here with a special episode to kick off my upcoming Nuzlocke challenge of Pokemon Red version. Full disclosure here, I am making the following video after already making the first 9 episodes. So while this video is meant to be a prologue of my playthrough, my episodes will not reference its plot points or even existence until episode 10. And I'm sorry for that, but I only thought to do this after creating those, so I hope you'll bear with me at least through those episodes until this picks up and gets implemented. So anyways, I'm playing a Nuzlocke, and Nuzlockes are Pokemon playthroughs with very specific rules, and you can see the rules I'm playing with in my description below. Episode 1 will also highlight these core rules further as well. And while playing with these rules certainly makes the games more interesting, some people, such as myself, can find these rules to be kind of arbitrary. For this reason, I've come up with a subplot for Nuzlockes, to help make sense of the rules. In other words, a new plot for the Pokemon game that helps explain why the rules exist and what exactly I'm playing for. Why it is that Pokemon die in battle. Why we're traveling through Kanto in the first place. And why we only catch the first Pokemon encountered in each route. If you're interested in this story, then continue watching. And if not, then I recommend continuing on to the next video and actually beginning our adventure. And alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get this started. Pretend as if the following is a speech you get from Oak at the beginning of the game. I've given Oak a deep voice, so let's continue with that. Here we go. Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. Or at least, I'd like to welcome you, but I'm afraid this world is currently facing a dire situation. You see, the Kanto region is currently rife with war. What was once a peaceful land has changed. Every route is filled with trainers ready to use their Pokemon in fights to the death, the second they make eye contact with anyone. Pokemon, once abundant creatures, have been dying off, with many species already on the brink of extinction. And perhaps worst of all, an evil syndicate by the name of Team Rocket has already begun its plan to take over the Kanto region. Yes, I really would like to welcome you here, but as you just heard, the good people of Kanto would honestly like to be anywhere else themselves. What's that? You say you want to help? I'm sorry. It's just that your sincere optimism is refreshing. I haven't heard something that hopeful in a long time. Thank you for that. What? You're serious? Look, I hate to tell you this, but there isn't anything that can be done. You'd need to become the strongest trainer in all of Kanto to restore balance to our land, and, well, you're only 10 years old. But I suppose we don't really have the luxury of waiting for someone else to come along, now do we? Look, what was your name again? Okay, Ninten. If you're serious about this, then I'll tell you more about what's happening, but know that you'd be risking your own life, and the lives of your Pokemon if you choose to walk this path. You say you won't be deterred? That you're determined to help? Very well then. Let me tell you about how Kanto became the way it is now. You see, in the past, a Pokemon battle was a form of recreation. Humans and Pokemon would form teams and work together to defeat other teams by making them faint. It was a harmless sport that made many people and Pokemon alike, well, happy. Over time, however, these battles became much more intense. As Pokemon and people got more and more involved, the pressure to be the very best got to be too much, and trainers would force their Pokemon to fight beyond what was safe for Pokemon to endure. The conditions of these fights escalated further and further until we reached the point where we are now. Today, when Pokemon fight each other, they are battles to the death. What was once a sport has turned into survival of the fittest. Routes where trainers would enjoy battling one another have turned into war zones. And I'm afraid to say that the fatalities go beyond just Pokemon. You see, Pokemon battles are, well, Like I said, they're fights to the death, and for survival, and so when one trainer defeats another, for the sake of their own survival, they generally take out the other trainer as well. It's horrible. Ninten, if you choose to fight, these will be the terms of your battles as well. I will not sugarcoat this. If you lose a fight, you will die. Are you really willing to risk everything like this? Yes, you've made yourself quite clear now. I'm sorry, I will stop asking. And of course, when you win, whether you choose to finish the battle like they would have, will be your own choice. Only when you win can you put a stop to the senseless violence. You don't have to end battles like they do, Ninten. Remember that. Now that you know the state of the region you are going into, let me tell you about your mission. Ninten, the ultimate root of Kanto's problems is an evil syndicate by the name of Team Rocket. This organization, once dedicated to petty theft, is responsible for the current state of instability, and will be responsible for our ultimate demise if they are not stopped. You see, this group has risen to power under the false promise of peace. They wish to bring peace to Kanto by first destroying it, so that they can purge the land of its people and Pokemon and start over again. They say they can do this, and so people who are desperate for both their own survival and for eventual peace join the organization, in pursuit of this fleeting hope. And yet, Team Rocket is evil, and they know they can't deliver on this promise. Their leader, Giovanni, is a hateful person who only wants to bring an end to this world that he despises so greatly. His promises of peace are lies that he wouldn't keep, even if he could. Your job then, Ninten, is to take Team Rocket out entirely. You see, Team Rocket, with its false promises of peace, have recruited some of the land's most formidable trainers, including the gym leaders and members of the Elite Four. These trainers were said to be the strongest in the land, and when they gave up on Kanto's future and joined Team Rocket, that is when Pokemon fighting became the deadly contest it is today. Ninten, if you can disband Team Rocket and convince the gym leaders in Elite Four to believe again in a peaceful Kanto region, then Pokemon fighting will return to the peaceful sport it once was. Only when all the strongest trainers in the land come together and change the nature of Pokemon fights will all the other trainers in the land listen and change themselves. And of course, in order to do this, you will need to defeat them all. You, Ninten, will have to become the champion, the strongest trainer in the land, and enforce your will for peace, in order to stop all this violence. Lastly, along your journey, you will have to use Pokemon to become the best, and that means building a team. As I mentioned earlier, however, Pokemon are very rare these days, with specific species already on the verge of extinction as a result of this constant, deadly fighting. Pokemon do not deserve to have to fight under the strenuous conditions you will inevitably put them in, but Ninten, for the sake of all Pokemon and people, the fighting must be done. Never lose sight of the fact that Pokemon don't want to fight. Those that join you will do so because they believe in peace as well, but they will leave behind their own families, just as you have, to embark on this mission with you. Don't take their sacrifice for granted. I would expect no more than one Pokemon from each new area you come across to join you. It takes a great deal of courage for a Pokemon to expose itself to a trainer to be caught. The reality is that more likely than not, in today's world, a caught Pokemon will likely die. But in light of your mission, I'm sure some valiant heroes will leave behind what they have in order to join your team and protect the futures of both themselves and their families too. Look, I know I said I wouldn't ask again, but are you absolutely sure about this? Even after everything I've told you? Alright then, let me get you started. I have 3 Pokemon here. They are dear to me, and I'd hate to see them enter a single fight, let alone a campaign across Kanto. But for this purpose, I am willing to part with one. I have Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. Which one will you choose? Ah, that one. That's a fine choice. Prepare yourself. As soon as you leave this lab, your journey will begin. As soon as you have a Pokémon, you will be a target for other trainers. A whole new world for you is about to begin. Godspeed, and good luck. Oh, and Ninten, remember, the people of Kanto are counting on you. Hello everyone, NintenDiz here. Thank you for watching my videos. If you like these and want to see more, feel free to click my channel name below. If you want to stay up to date on my latest content, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. Lastly, if you want to see more content from this series, the previous video, and the next video are only a click away. Please enjoy, and as always, thanks for watching.